I'm Collette Waudy Ltd. The business is Collette Waudy Ltd. I originally started in 1995, straight out of college, very green, and I started as a sole trader. The business that I run is making jewellery to be sold to independent retailers, kind of like your galleries, museums, but also independent galleries that have a focus on jewellery. And then as my business has developed, I actually deal very much with county jewellers and quite high-end jewellers. I am based in the Jewellery Quarter in Birmingham, very much by choice because it really is the easiest place to be based for many reasons. It's very central, so if I have private clients coming to see me, they can quite easily take a train to the city centre, hop on a cab, hop on a bus or grab a cab, and they're here in a couple of minutes. Also, I do have trade clients that will come and see me, and we'll kind of use the studio situation as a showroom as well, in a very informal way, but this sort of personable approach is something that I think is very key to my business, and the feedback that I've got from people over the years is that they actually enjoy working with the business because of that aspect. So that's something that I do try and maintain. All of the work is made here in the studio, and this is something that I'm very, very clear that I want that to continue. I have actually gone down an explorative route into other methods of manufacturing, and basically I am a control freak, and there is no way that as the owner of the business I could let that aspect go, because it stops being special, it stops being from me. Historically, I was always somebody who made things. I've always found the ability to create something from nothing and find pleasure and focus is the thing that can make me do a 20-hour day without actually realising I've done it. And I've never really struggled to maintain a level of motivation. I think any struggle that I have is possibly with confidence in what I'm doing. And I think that that's quite an interesting thing when you're working on your own, or when you are, boss man, because you haven't got somebody there to say, no, you're wrong. So, you've got that. I have a constant feeling of it's the emperor's new clothes, and at some point I'm going to get caught out, and that is my motivation. Basically, I need to make sure that what I'm doing is the best I can do. And I was really keen to travel, and so I thought, what brilliant, I'll run my own business and then I can just travel all the time. Now that is not the case, because running your own business, you are everything, especially in the early days, because you can't necessarily afford to. I had no money to invest in the business at all when I started out, so it was very hand-to-mouth situation. However, I did manage to sneak in some travel. There were some very specific places I wanted to go, and once I started to understand the kind of structure of the business calendar, well, the jewellery calendar actually, because it's it works very differently for every business, I chose the right time to travel. Not always the right time to be in that particular country, weather-wise, but the right time for the business, so as to avoid losing business and jeopardising the relationship with the clients. I also had somebody working for me on a more full-time basis during the periods of time that I took out. The other thing that I found extremely important during my professional development is to continue my studies really, and continue my improving my technical ability. And so as my business has developed and I've seen a gap of knowledge, I've tried to fill that myself, so that if I ever need to find somebody else to fill that gap, I know what I'm looking for. But I really firmly believe you need to know every aspect of the job before you can bring somebody else in. And so as I started to work with diamonds, I got again this feeling of insecurity kind of motivates me, because I'm like, this is a lot of money and people want me to choose a diamond for them. I don't know what I'm looking at. And so I could give a aesthetic opinion, but I couldn't give an educated, trained opinion. So I trained and got the diamond grading certificate. Last year I chose to become a limited company. There were a number of personal reasons for this. Things are very different to how they were in 1995. I'm now a mum, I'm married, and I've got responsibilities. And also I want to grow the business now to accommodate the changes in my lifestyle and also provide for those changes as well. I've also found that changes in my personal life have required changes to the business, in as much as I did all of my own selling and marketing. Whereas when I had my second child, I chose that to be the time that I took on an agent for the first time. And this, as you know, could maybe have been a scary situation, and I know some people do. It's a big step to take, but it's actually completely changed the business and taken it on to the next step so we can start to grow. And so really what I'm now aiming to do is try and step back a little bit from doing everything and bring in the people that I know can maybe do it better than me, and really focus on the things that I'm very good at, which is creating the work, creating the signature style, and letting it grow, hopefully more internationally from the future.